cousin was a Betacam cameraman for National Geographic.
Is he working much lately?
No, not much anymore.
First of all, thanks for doing this, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Oh, that's good. Good having you. So when I came to California, things were changing. You know, the chopper era, the 70s chopper era was ending. And we moved into the early 80s into the area of the street sport bike, like Ninjas, Interceptors, things like that. So I started making gunfighter seats for red, white, and blue bikes, basically. And that's how I restarted it.
Were there any aha moments, like take, for instance, the Gunfighter? I mean, just to this day, it's one of the classic silhouettes.
That was an aha moment. Actually, in '81, I was walking down Main Street in Daytona Beach, and every other bike on that street had a Corbin Gentry seat on it that I had designed in the 60s and the 70s, right? And I go, man, I just need a revolution. I need something that is going to just change this whole seat picture thing. And I just started looking at all these bikes. There were Rigids, and you know, there was FXs, Sportsters, and you know, you're realizing that almost every bike is a solo bike, really. You know, especially custom bikes, they're almost always solo. And I got to thinking, boy, just to have like a lip to lean against, and then have like a, you know, a midget car back on it would look really cool on a Harley, especially.
Sure.
So the first thing I did was the Sportster. Then I did the FX. Then I did the FXR.
Well, I mean, this is basically it here, isn't it?
This is the same thing. This is just the new Indian Scout, and this is one of the models that we make for the Scout. We call it the Brave for the Scout, you know, Indian stuff. And we're selling them quite well, and it's just the right thing for this kind of a bike, this size bike. You know, you got your forward foot pegs, and then you sit right against here very, very well. And get a nice look on the back.
And when you have to, you can pack someone.
Yeah, you could. It's not very comfortable, and it's downhill. But this bike doesn't even have rear pegs on it.
But you know, it's interesting in your distribution model, you know, where you go straight to the customers through your website. I don't think you do. Do you still not do distribution?
I used to do distributors, and I made parts for OEMs, but I stopped doing all that. Because they're not really conducive to my type of product. Like, I'm very fast to market. So I ride motorcycles almost every day. And I hang around with motorcycle riders, so I know what is the contemporary thought and the need. So I come home and I'll whip up something that kind of fits the latest bike. Like, this is the latest thing. The new Scout is probably bike of the year, right? I've had seats for this thing since November. You know, I mean, before they even could get them, you know. This was the first red one in California, actually. Last year, I had the first Chieftain in California. I got it from Arlen. And he's a dealer. And we have a Polaris Slingshot even. I mean, we're right on top of stuff. So if you have a distributor model, they're 2 or 3 years behind the loop because they're catalog generated. So they print a catalog and then they send them out to their dealers. So this seat here, they wouldn't even see that until the spring of '16, like a year and a half later. It would go into the distributor model of business. But now it's more important to be wrapping your arms around the rider today and letting him order one-on-one.
Yeah, and right behind you, you let riders come in here, park their bike, and actually work with the people who are making their seats.
Yeah, like right today we got, you know, 6 or 8 bikes in there. That's normal. Tomorrow there'll be 20 in there on Saturday. And we'll build them a seat while they wait. Sometimes it takes all day, and sometimes it's just a few hours. But you'll notice the mix of the brands. There's Ducatis, Goldwings, Harleys, you know, custom Harley bagger there. The guy brought his own leather and everything. So, you know, we make about 150 seats a day, and some days no two are the same. You know, so it's just, we can give such better service and more options to a rider direct than going through layers of distributors. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Mike. Good stuff.